and animal-powered, production. Produção que vem do homem, da mulher ou de animais, né? We moved from there to steam and water power, no? Then came the second industrial revolution. Railroads, telegraph networks that connected communities, towns, people to share, simply to communicate information, ideas. That during this period, technological innovations continued, generating organizational changes, in companies, markets, and the educational scientific sectors. But before I continue, I want to share with you the title, because the title is, I think, encapsulates, my title of my remarks is Global Digitalization and Democracy, so the impact on democracy for good and bad. The fourth industrial revolution, which is essentially artificial intelligence, and us, and nos, ITA, Timor-Leste, and all others on the periphery of knowledge. Ito todo pe ia estrada nining, né? Nia conhecimento, né? We are, you can say, who Estados frágeis, least developed countries, and most developing countries, we are on the periphery of knowledge that is impacting us. Some bring obvious advantages, it's obvious, but also it is a highway, a speed, where you go with full speed on a highway towards the edge, the abyss, towards the cliff. Because experience the last few years show how, because everybody has access to information technology, everybody has access to these social platforms, and we have seen the good that it is and the bad that it can be, and it has been. I give you one simple example, personal example. In 2014-15, I was the chair of the UN. Ban Ki-moon invited me, and I was the president of the group called High-Level Panel on the United Nations Peace Operations. We conducted many consultations around the world, and one was in Cairo with the League of Arab States. I was sitting in the afternoon break, I was sitting in the balcony of the hotel right above the Nile. And I started writing, reflecting on the history of Egypt, Nile, Middle East, and I wrote a simple story in my page. Of course, I look at the problems in the Middle East, I look at the Nile, and the dam that Ethiopia was building, and how that can completely change economics and the environment, and it can create conflict with Egypt. Well, a few days later, I saw the Facebook reach 400,000, 1 million, 4 million. Then I contacted my Facebook manager, a young man, said, João, check my account server, I think something wrong. And he said, no, it's not wrong, I'm following it. People are enjoying what you are writing. So I reached 12 million active readers. Well, not the New York Times, on their Sunday edition, they have a bit over 1 million. Only Asahi Shimbun and Yomiuri in Japan have more than that. That is a positive, but can you imagine, someone reaches 12 million or 5 million on instigating ethnic, religious. Well, that we have seen in so many instances. We have had three industrial revolutions, and now we are in the so-called fourth industrial revolution. Klaus Schwab, whom I met a number of times, he's the founder and the executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. He's the one who coined the phrase, before Davos, it was a group of German economists were discussing producing a paper for the German government. But he says, the first industrial revolution used water and steam power to mechanize production. The second used electric power to create mass production. The third used electronics and information technology to automate production. Now, a fourth industrial revolution is building on the third. The digital revolution is characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and the biological sphere.